right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 80 Summer for 4, and today, guys, we're doing our Europa League reaction, guys. Europa League reaction. So, like I said, we're going to like and subscribe, and as you can see, right, guys, I'm actually currently doing the tier list for you guys, and we actually have a game that's currently ongoing. We have Utrecht versus Genk, so I guess we'll just wait a few minutes just for that game to end. It's on the 79th minute, so like I said, we got like that, probably like 10 or 15 minutes left of that game. So, we'll probably discuss that game last, I suppose. Let me just put that there. And yeah, let me just put that right there. Utrecht Gank. We'll talk about that at the very end. But yeah, remember guys, like, subscribe, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let me go ahead and finish this tier list thing real quick. And I'll have this game on the side. Let me get my phone actually. That'll be easier for me. Where's my phone? Yeah, let me get my phone. All right. I'll just have this game on the side so I can just like get this done. So let's see. Oh no, actually I want this to be here. Alright. Alright, so Fenerbahce below there, Feyenoord 3. Stromgaz 0. Freiburg 1. That team there. Malmo. And okay. Right. What's the next one? No, it's actually Celta. Leo. Dinamo Zagreb. CSB. Yeah, so you're there in the background. Let me just finish this first, and I'll bring you in. So. All right, almost done. Roma. Oh no, wait. There we go. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong team. What am I doing? Okay, so Roma versus Stuttgart. And the Salzburg. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right. So, like I said, currently the game is currently 0-0. Just looking at this game right here. So, oh, it's actually 2-0 now. Yeah, I guess
I was going to say, was the first goal disallowed for offside or something like that?
Let's check it out.
So I did see it go to 1-0. So, but maybe that's not the case.
Let's see. No, it doesn't say disallowed here. Yeah, the game is done. Genk has won this game. So I don't see Utrecht doing a comeback in 7 minutes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really watching this game, but a 7 + 5, 12 minutes, it's probably not happening. So, yeah, that's probably done and dusted there. So, we'll have the game on the side. So, guys, feel free to give updates for that game, guys. I'll have this game on my other screen here, and we'll discuss that game last. And yeah, so remember, guys, to like and subscribe. And yeah, we got all the tiers, right? Teams, right? Got the 36 teams. We got the tiers right there, 6 tiers: S, A, B, C, D, and F. Pretty much remember it's like a grading system in school, I suppose. Although in school you don't really have S's, to be fair, but S's are like basically A plus. Let's just go with that, So yeah, I suppose we'll get started then.
Don't we normally do the great, good, average, bad.
I mean, we could do that as well, but no. I mean, let's just do it like this. So, doesn't really matter that much. All right, so let's start with the first game we got there. It is Bologna versus Celtic. Celtic were 2-0 up in this game, and Bologna did a comeback in this game in the second half. And yeah, wow. I mean, I'm surprised Celtic even got a draw in this game. I thought Bologna would win this game.
Yeah, this is very disappointing from Bologna. And also, before Celtic scored their second goal, they had a player sent off.
Yes.
And that was only 34 minutes in. So for a lot of that game, Bologna were playing with a man advantage, and they still didn't capitalize on it to the point of getting a win. So I would say 4-4-5 tier.
I mean, I think for Celtic, this is great for them to get a draw. Yeah, I know they blew the 2-0 lead, but you have to keep in mind they were one man down, and they still didn't manage to lose this game. So I think if you're Celtic,
we'll get to Celtic. I thought we were talking about Bologna first.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of talking about the matches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I do like. I think the Celtic will be the happier of the two teams. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say so as well. But not only was this a result away from home, but this was one of the results that ended up knocking out Rangers from contention of advancing to the next round. So got a bit of poetic justice from losing the Old Firm derby. If Celtic had lost, then Rangers could have had a chance to surpass them. But because Celtic got a draw, and they're the only team above that eliminations, they're the lowest team above the elimination zone. So is that I'd say third tier or fourth tier for Celtic. Because they did blow that lead. But then again, were they good enough?
Let me check the stats. Let me run through the goal score. So Hatate scored the 6th minute, and then Hatate got sent off. That's kind of crazy. The goal scorer got sent off the same game. And then Trusty scored to make it 2-0. And then Dalinga scored in the second half to make it 2-1, and then Roy scored the second goal to make it 2-0. And just looking through the goals real quick, Hatate scored from the right foot there, the 5th minute of the game. Nice goal there. Trusty scored from the set piece there. Then Dalinga scored from the corner. And then Roy scored a banger from the corner. So, yeah, I mean, Bologna were very dominant in this game. I'm just checking here. They had 36 shots, 10 on target. Wow. So, ultimately,
and they had 70% of ball possession too. So, unless Celtic sat back, then it implies that Bologna had more quality in this game.
Yeah, I think Celtic did sit back in this game.
So I'll put them in the third tier.
Okay, so I'll say both in third tier.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and then I'll
put Celtic higher since they were the away team, and as you said, for them to get a draw away from home, because this was a game that most of us expected them to lose, probably, right?
Yeah,
I think that's good. So for Bologna, man, is not really great, but at least they didn't lose. That's probably the only positive they could take away from this game. So, yeah, next up we have, wow, what a game this was. I did not see this coming. I knew this would be a very cagey game, but I did not expect this to be this high scoring. Brann 3, Michelin 3. Wow, what a game. Crazy game. Wow, craziness. I did not see this coming. I mean, I think I predicted a draw in my video, but I did not expect this to be this high score. I was expecting like a low KG one, maybe 0-0 or 1-1, and it ended up being 3-all. That's crazy.
And it's worth remembering that Midtjylland have been top 5 in the standings for a while. but ended up being a very late penalty that meant Brann got the result. Probably a B for Midtjylland, and or do I go with the middle tier?
Okay. Let me look through the goal scores real quick and the stats. Actually, I'll look through the stats while you decide. Let's see. I'm looking at here. Okay, 23 shots. So Braun had 23 shots, 11 on target. Michelin had 10 shots, 7 on target. So it was a pretty even, it seems. Although you can maybe say,
Midtjylland are still fourth in the table, so this result hasn't really jeopardized them.
yeah, and remember, we're looking at just this game only. By the way, we're not doing the entire thing. So just
But
let you
but
know.
but if this had gone wrong and they'd slipped down the standings, then that would have affected their ranking badly. But because they're still in a solid position, I don't think we can grade them too low.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just looking at the goal score. So Erlich scored the goal in the 4th minute of the game, which was a goal from the corner, a header, and the center back scored. And then the equalizer came in the 19th minute of the game. The home scored from the header from the corner. Basically 2 headers in the first half. And then the Bermudo scored to make it 2-1. And yeah, Michelin led for a good majority. And then Korvik scored the penalty there in the 68th minute. And then Ehrlich scored again from the corner, the right foot this time in the 70th minute, and then Silvot scored in the 10th minute. So basically, Michelin, they gave away 2 penalties in this game.
Yeah, they did. I'd have Brann in the 3rd tier. The fact that they're this low down in the standings and not won in 4 games, well, in 3 games before or tonight, and yet they managed to get a result against a team higher in the standings. I think that's very respectable. They're still in pole position to progress to the playoffs, so I'd give them the 3rd tier, and Midtjylland 3rd or 4th tier.
All right, let's read some comments. What's good, guys? Is that Matt's channel? Yes, it is.
Yep.
Hey, everyone, great to see Braga. If you know, you know. What? Do you know this person, Matt?
I recognize him. Well, I recognize the name. The got the emojis that you got 2 sheep and a Virgo in the middle. Not much else to say.
Yeah. All right. So, which team do you think would be the happier of the 2 teams, Braun or Michelin?
Brann, because
They salvaged the draw.
they're in more need for points, and also they were in a losing position and they managed to save themselves.
Yeah, I think. I'm gonna say this is a tough one. So I'm thinking maybe putting Braun and maybe B tier because they did come back from. They did actually. Well.
I'd have a Brann in that tier, and I'd put Midtjylland ahead of Celtic.
Okay, so Michelin. So both in C tier.
I'd put Brann in the in the 3rd tier. So where you got them now?
Oh, okay. I can work with that. I can live with that. All right, next up it is Fenerbahce Villa. Now, wow, I did not expect. I mean, I'm not. I think I predicted a draw for this game, but I'm not really surprised Villa won because Fenerbahce have been pretty bad. I mean, ever since Jose Mourinho's left, they've not really been the same. And wow, I mean, I'm just looking.
But even with Mourinho, Fenerbahce were faulty.
Well, let's just say they have they got worse since then? Would you say, or about the same, or a bit better?
Not significantly different.
Yeah.
Probably worse.
Yeah. So, and I'm just looking at the stats right here. Man, they had 13 shots, 8 on target. but they couldn't score. And Villa had 12 shots, 4 on target, and Sancho scored the only goal in the game, which came from the header in the 25th minute. So Fenerbahce, man, this is poor. I'm sorry. You can. I know Villa's a good team, but you shouldn't be losing to Villa, especially at your home stadium. You know, because Turkish teams are usually very good at home, and Villa aren't really that great on the road in general. They're usually better they're usually better as a home team than a away team. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Fenerbahce D. Honestly, I know that might
I
seem harsh, but you when you lose at home, that's just bad.
I was thinking of putting them between Celtic and Bologna, but I can maybe see an argument for putting them a tier lower. Aston Villa, I'm thinking of putting them in the second tier. Just the fact that they got the win from home. They scored with a quarter of their shots on target, and the fact that this result still puts them in joint first place. So I'd keep I'd have them in the second tier.
Okay, so do I see Villa A? I don't think they were that dominant though. I feel like it was kind of a just a smash and grab win. I would say. So,
I still have them ahead of Brann.
oh yeah, of course, of course. I'm thinking of maybe putting. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to give A, but I can. Would you be okay with B?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely ahead of Braun though. That's for sure. And Fenerbahce, what are you saying? C or D? I'm leaning towards D, honestly, just because you lost at home.
I would go with the fourth tier because it wasn't like they got dominated or anything like that.
Yeah, to be fair, they didn't get thrashed. Like it was only just 1-0. So, okay, how about we do this? We put them bottom of C. How does that sound?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay, that works. All right, fair compromise. All right. Next up, we have it is Feyenoord versus Storm Gaz. Just to
That's
run
a
you.
big result for Feyenoord.
And by the way, Genk did officially win, so that game is done. Feyenoord won 3-0 against Storm Gaz, and it was a pretty clean sailing. As for Storm Gaz, they only had 4 shots, 2 on target. Feyenoord had 18 shots, 6 on target, and Watanabe scored, Haj Musa scored, and Burgess scored.
This
So,
result puts Sturm Graz out of the competition, and Feyenoord, this is a massive win. They're still going to need to. Hang on, where are they in the standings? Yeah, they'll still need another win next week, but the fact that they've put themselves in this position and the goal difference isn't terrible. I think this and like the manner of their win that helps as well. I'd put them in A given the circumstances, the second tier.
all right, let's see. So I'm just looking at this. Watanabe scored for the header in the 5th minute of the game. Then Borges scored in the 90th minute, right break, right foot.
Borges.
Borges, yes.
He was a bum at Porto.
Yeah, and then Haj Musa scored and the fast break, the left foot, 68 minutes. So, yeah. Okay, let's start with Storm Gauss first because I think it's easy. It's easily D tier.
Yeah, I would be happy with that.
Yeah. As for
Is
Feyenoord,
there an argument to put them at the bottom tier?
ooh, you could make an argument actually. I wouldn't. I feel like maybe we could put them in the bottom tier, but then again, I mean, what do you expect for this game? I think I expect the Feyenoord to win,
Possibly.
or maybe I said a draw. I don't remember what I said. I have to look back. But
I think I would have them lower end fifth tier.
okay, let's put them D for now. Then maybe we'll reevaluate and maybe put them F for later. But for now, let's put D. And I'm thinking Feyenoord for me. I'm either thinking top of B or bottom of A.
I'd have them within that second tier.
Ooh. You can make argument. I mean, they won pretty convincingly. They won in a pretty landslide dominant fashion. So you know what?
And it was a win they needed too.
Yeah. All right, next up it is Freiburg versus Maccabi Tel Aviv. Um, Freiburg only won 1-0. Martinovic scored in the 82nd minute of the game. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised this was close. I did not expect this game to be close, but at least they won, I guess. So,
Considering that Freiburg were already guaranteed a place in the knockouts in some capacity, I would put this. I would actually put this in from them in the fourth tier, and it was a much closer margin than it should have been.
I feel like it's a bit harsh, in my opinion, but I could maybe.
They're not exactly playing Roma or Stuttgart. Actually, they can't play Stuttgart anyway, but they're not playing Nottingham Forest or Lille or team like that.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Okay, looking at stats here, they had a total of 21 shots, 6 on target, 1 goal. Martinovic scored in the 82nd minute, which came from a header. I'm thinking bottom of B. Bottom of B.
There's too many shots off target.
Okay, bottom of B or top of C? I'm thinking one of the two.
I suppose top of C.
Okay. Maccabi Tel Aviv, honestly, they weren't that bad in this game. They only, like from a scoreline perspective, I mean, stats wise, they were kind of not great, but scoreline, they only lost 1-0 with 4 shots, 3 on target. And let's be real, I don't think many of us expected them to do anything. So, C, I guess we'll put them in the C tier. As for where in the C tier, I mean, yeah, I think you have to put them in the C tier.
All right.
Where in the C tier, though?
I will not comment on this club.
Okay. I'll say. I'll say. Trying to think. Probably bottom of the C, I guess. So, there we go. All right, moving on. Next, we have it as Malmo and Crvena Zvezda. Malmo lost 1-0 at home. Crvena Zvezda with 11 shots, 3 on target. Kosteva scored in the 16th minute of the game from the right foot in the goal. And Malmo didn't even have a single shot on target. That is bad.
And
With
they're
only 4
set
shots.
a second bottom of the standings too.
Yeah. This is Malmo's easily D. I'm sorry, this is D tier.
They're very low. Could they be in the bottom tier? Or do we know that they're this bad?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think many of us knew. I think many of us knew they wouldn't do well in this game. And to be fair, I mean, I think to be like they weren't that bad. Like, but the reason why I put him in D tier is because they didn't even have a shot on target. Like that's bad.
Yeah, that's what wondered. That's what made me consider putting them in bottom tier.
The reason why I don't okay, if they had got thrashed, then I would have definitely put them F. But because they didn't get thrashed, that's why I don't want to put them F. So
would you put them in the E tier?
Well, we don't have an E tier here.
It's simply enough E's between D and F.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Which team did better, Storm Gauze or Malmo? Storm Gauze, they lost badly, but at least they had some shots on target. They had 2 at least. Whereas Malmo,
To put it another way, Feyenoord were better than Red Star Belgrade.
oh yeah, obviously. So, and I do think Storm Gauze is better than Malmo.
Yes. They got a draw to Nottingham Forest earlier in the competition.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's put Malmo at bottom of D.
Okay.
All right. And as for Crvena Zvezda, yeah, it's a good one, I suppose.
Somewhere between Brann and Midtjylland.
Yeah, they had 11 shots, 3 on target. So Brann and Midtjylland.
They're second and third tiers. Okay. So sorry, third and fourth tiers.
All right. I'll say above Freiburg since they did get the away win. You know, and it's kind of harder to win on the away ground. But then again, Malmo isn't a good team, but still, I don't know. Actually, no, I'll put them second.
Although what I would say is that Freiburg were in a more comfortable position to get at the win, whereas Red Star Belgrade maybe had a slightly harder opponent and were away from home.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so which team are you gonna put ahead? I think. Okay, let's put them both in C.
I would go Red Star Belgrade ahead.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I think I would agree. Yeah, I think they're both are C tier, honestly. I don't think I wouldn't put them B. Next up is we have an upset here, guys. This might be the first upset for today. PAOK 2, Real Betis 0. I did not see this coming, and I feel I'm so mad. Like I put my booster in for this game, and Real Betis did jack crap. I mean PAOK, man, wow, what a win for them. 2-0 win at home. 12 shots, 4 on target. I mean, can you say Giacomo scored the penalty there, 86th minute, and Zikovic, 67th minute header, and yeah, I just think for Real Betis, I mean, they may be underestimated PAOK. Because I'm looking at their lineup, I don't see Anthony on the team. Oh, actually, Anthony was injured. Actually, never mind. That explains that. But still, I don't see Adrian there. I don't see Bartra there. They didn't start this game. They were on the bench. Nathan as well. So maybe they underestimate this team, which is why they probably paid the price. And yeah, I mean, for PAOK, as I said, man, this is a great win to beat one of the Europa League favorites, Real Betis, in a pretty convincing fashion. I mean, I think it's got to be. I'm saying A tier, honestly, for PAOK.
I would say a minimum. That win has secured them at least a place in the playoffs. They will have to win if they want a shot at top getting top 8. But this is a massive result, and to win by 2 and to not concede a goal is fantastic. I think top tier is not out of the equation, but I think I'd have them above Feyenoord in some capacity.
Oh yeah. They're definitely above Feyenoord. And the Real Betis, I mean, I think they kind of underestimated PAOK, and I think they kind of rotate in this game. So,
suppose C or D.
I'm thinking. I think it's got to be D, honestly. I'm sorry to say.
Yep, no complaints there.
Yeah, and
maybe even E tier.
Yeah. Okay. So, do we put them above these two teams? Yeah, I think we do. Right. Wait, let me look at those stats. They had 19 shots, 2 on target.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's very bad.
Oh my jeez. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, maybe bottom actually.
Yeah, I'd have no complaints with that.
I can't believe putting Real Betis this low. That's crazy for me. Sudoku XE. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Sudoku's a game.
Yeah, I know it's a game, but I don't know what correlation it has to this. So, how desperate do you have to play? Oh, well, keep in mind, guys, it was neutral venue. Well, sorry, no, this was played in Freiburg.
It's in Germany.
Yeah, and even still, they can't play at their games at home. They have to play neutral venue. So, yeah, low. Shout out to Freiburg. Yeah, at least they got the win. All right, moving on. We have next year. It is Victoria Pleasant 1, Porto 1, and I called the draw right, but I did not call the draw in this fashion. I thought it would be a more back and forth game, but it was really. Actually, you know, I'll let you discuss first since it's your team.
Well, the Victoria Pleasant's goal came about because I think Diogo Costa had got complacent in a situation before clearing the ball, and then Victoria Pleasant won it on the ball back, and Porto didn't react in the defensive half well enough, which resulted to a very good strike for the goal. Then Victoria Pleasant did well in the first half overall, but when they had the red card from their main player, Vidra, who'd played for Club Brugge and various English teams, they didn't really have any attacking threat for the rest of the game. Samu missed a penalty, which was crucial. Well, it was a big moment, and Porto overall were very average in this game. When Danisco and Francisco Mora came on, that did they were looking better, but it was still an average outcome. And Victoria Pilsen aren't a bad team by any means, but were still expected to win in some capacity. And keep in mind, Pleasant had been on a winter break, so they've had no competitive games for at least over a month. And so to be not far from losing, I think this has to be fairly low for Porto. I'd go B for or Victoria Pleasant, and because it was average from Porto, I'm going to say C.
Yeah, I'm just checking that Sheriff scored a great goal there, this 6 minute of the game. Great goal there, and then
He
goal
did
scored,
defensively well as well.
and the 90th minute a goal scored, the equalizer coming off the bench. And yeah, I mean, for Pleasant to get a draw from with their man down is pretty good. And so yeah, I think it's a B for them, and for Porto, probably I guess C.
Yeah, it would be C. It'd be like a low end average.
Okay, so where do you put Pleasant?
Uh, Probably just ahead of Brann.
Okay, and I'm looking. Oh yeah, I need to read the stats. Sorry.
Porto, let's say somewhere between Red Star Belgrade and Celtic.
All right. Okay, so Braun had a total of 10 shots, 2 on target. Porto had 19 shots, 8 on target. Wow.
And most of the chances were in the second half, so but that kind of gives an idea of how inefficient Porto were to start with.
I don't think we put them third because they didn't win; they tied. Whereas other two teams did win. So, are you okay with third?
Yeah. Okay. That's
all right. Moving on, we have it as Young Boys 0, Leon 1. Young Boys, they had 7 shots, 1 on target, and Leon had 13 shots, 4 on target. And Maitland now scored a fantastic goal there in just before halftime, and the right back scored a goal. Is crazy, that a goal of that high quality. And yeah, Leon actually won with their B team. They didn't even play their best team. Lacazette didn't even play this game. What's it called? I forgot there's another player that plays in this team. What's that guy, that Georgian guy? I forgot his name. Dots. Yeah, he didn't play this game too, and they still managed to win this game in a pretty comfortable fashion. So yeah, I think the fact that Leon was able to win with their B team is pretty good, I gotta say. As for YB, it's meh. They only had 1 shot on target. They did have 7 shots, but yeah, they were just meh. So I'm thinking putting Young Boys in C, I guess.
yeah, it would have to be a low end C.
Yeah, maybe this is maybe actually actually I think D is a bit harsh. I won't go with D, but I'll say bottom of C, maybe.
Okay, and Leon, considering it's a B team as well, and this win keeps them top of the standings, so potentially an A. I'd say somewhere between Feyenoord and Victoria Pleasant.
I'm gonna say I'll say top of B, I suppose. I don't think it was a level performance for me. They weren't that amazing, so I'll go top of B. Are you okay with top of B?
Yes.
All right. And yeah, they had a total shots of 13 shots on 4 on target. So not too shabby there. Let's read some of your guys' comments. Um, what? Okay.
I don't think any of us should do that.
Um, I'm a Derby fan. We haven't played them in 4 years, but it's humorous to see them struggle after doing the dirty on Palace and John Texter S from Marcanese. Um, so
I get it now. He's not. He's saying the tree means is it's referring to Nottingham Forest.
oh, okay.
And Derby County are Nottingham Forest's main rivals, so he's going to want to see. He's going to be happy to see the Nottingham Forest if they struggle.
Oh, he basically wants them relegated.
And doing dirty refers to
Crystal Palace, right?
the fact that they got in the Europa League ahead of Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Hello. Not too Xabi Alonso. Huh? How is Xabi Alonso involved in this? I'm so
I
confused.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna move on. And it's actually really funny. We were actually talking about Nottingham Forest. We're on Nottingham Forest now, actually. Braga won, Nottingham Forest nil. Oh wow. Braga won. Oh, sorry.
It is worth saying that even though Nottingham Forest went down to 10 players, it did come like right at the end, like 90 plus 4 minutes.
Yeah. And wow, I'm just checking right here. Um, Nottingham Forest actually dominated this game. They had 12 shots, 5 on target. And would you believe it? Braga hadn't even have a shot on target. They had 0 shots on target this entire game, and they still won. Like how?
I think they an own goal from Ryan Yates, but I think a draw might have been okay for them. So I suppose they can go ahead of. They can go between Villa and Ilsen.
I'm thinking maybe bottom of B, to be honest with you, just because like 6 shots, not on target. They just got the win by an own goal. And Nottingham Forest, I'm looking at this right. They actually played a pretty good game. They just couldn't finish. So I'm thinking maybe bottom of B for Braga, I guess. I mean, I'll say they're still in the B tier because at least they won. And for Nottingham Forest, I'm thinking maybe like top of C.
But also, this result confirms. Actually, no, it doesn't confirm Braga in the top 8, but a draw would still be put them in a good position. But I was potentially going to say the fact that this win got them into the top 8, which it's not. It's only got them further up the top 8, but not actually confirmed. But I think they did more than Brann, considering that Brann almost lost that game.
Okay, you know what? I can put them above Brann.
And also, and then as for, I'd say they're above Pleasant as well, because
Pleasant tied. Yeah.
It's not that. It's the fact that they didn't really do anything in the second half.
Okay, you know what? I can put them third. I'm definitely not putting them over Villa and Lyon, though. That's
no, I wasn't gonna put them above them either.
All right. Okay, I guess that's fair. And then Forest, top of C. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's read some comments. You said the word shabby, and it reminded me shabby, and it reminds Spence Oster said it not too shabby Alonso. Oh, shabby, and like yeah, okay. All right. Everything that led to the Braga goal is why football is beautiful. It was a ball, don't lie. Goalkeeper Hamid was great.
Plays for Braga.
Hornage. Yeah. So. Oh, you even saved a penalty in this game. Wow. Oh, more. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about this. Morgan Gibbs White missed the penalty, and you know what's crazy? I just checking like this right here. After he missed the penalty, Braga scored a minute later the own goal. Wow, that's crazy.
What madness!
Yeah, that's wild. And Yates scored the own goal there. Ryan Yates. So crazy net, yeah. So wow. Thanks for mentioning that. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. We got here. It is yeah, I think I would have predicted a draw for that one. Celta Vigo 2, Leon 1. Ah, Celta, they won this game. I guess I should be.
Um,
I guess I'm a little happy as a La Liga fan because the La Liga teams in Europe have been pretty stinky. Um, so
it's a result that's guaranteed them at least a playoff place, and maybe Leo are not as they're not at the height of their powers or anything like that, but I think they've done enough to be in that third tier
yeah.
in
So
B.
okay, so I'm looking at this right. Stats wise, Celta had 7 shots, 4 on target. Leo had 20 shots, 4 on target. Wow,
That's a lot of chances.
but a lot of chances, but not on target. And I'm just looking at the first half in particular. Celta played really well the first half. 5 shots, 3 on target. Leo had 5 shots, 1 on target. Sederberg scored the first minute of the game there. And in the second half, Leo Celta only had 1 shot on target, and they managed to score that goal. Starfelt the 69th minute from the corner. And Lille had all the chances. 15 shots, 3 on target, and Giroud scored in the 86th minute. And you know what's even interesting? Celta were even down to 10 men in the second half and still managed to score with Sotelo being sent off. Wow. Dang. Now, that's pretty impressive, honestly. With 10 men and still managing to win. Yeah, you know what? I hate to do this, but they have to be in the B tier. I'm I'm going to say top of B tier, honestly.
Yeah, I have no issues with that at all.
Because Lille's a great team. Lille is, I think, one of the best teams in Europa League, in my opinion. So,
They are
like,
21st in the standings, though.
well, I mean, looking at team of the players wise, you know. So, yeah, table wise, they haven't been great, but like players wise, I think they're very good. So, yeah, I'm putting them there. And the Lille, as for Lille, this is bad. To lose to a 10-man team, yeah, this is bad.
With all them chances missed.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I saw Ribeiro made an error for the goal there. I'm guessing that made an error for the first goal. So dang, yeah, I'm gonna say a D tier. D tier. Yeah, I mean when you lose to the man up, that's just bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll say ahead of Sturm Graz.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I can agree with that. At least they scored. So these other three didn't score, so we'll at least give them that. Well, that's a ball don't lie moment at 80. I would choke on my cereal of Ryan Yates and Abelard ever end up at Derby. It isn't even the fact they play for us; they're just awful though. I don't think they'll ever go to Derby. Like if they're rivals, I don't think they're gonna go to each other. I just don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, that was about my.
I've remembered where I've recognized Deng from. He's also subscribed to a England YouTuber,
Oh, okay.
and I've seen him in live chats a lot. Channel England Football.
Hmm. That was a powerful header from Starfelt. The red was harsh though. Two. Hmm. I see. We exchanged many players over the years. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I wasn't aware of that. Like I said, I don't really follow the other divisions like that. Channel England, Gary, and Have Hope. Oh, you're on Have Hope's channel? I don't think I've ever seen you on Have
That
Hope.
I didn't know.
I did not know you're on Have Hope's channel. So that's actually interesting. 'Cause I go on there every now and then. I go there every now and then. So yeah. So that's interesting. And shout out to HH man, my favorite football content creator out there. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next one we got here. It is Dinamo Zagreb versus FCSB, and Dinamo Zagreb absolutely obliterated FCSB
That's an excellent
4-1.
result.
4-1. Bakar scored the goal. Beljo scored, and Kolinovic scored a goal there. Beljo actually scored a brace, actually. And Bergalo scored the goal in the 42nd minute. And stats-wise, was a very dominant 16 shots, 7 on target. FCSB had 7 shots, 3 on target. I just run through the goals real quick. The first goal was scored in the 7th minute from a corner. The second goal was scored from a left foot, 11th minute of the game. And the FCSB did score a goal in the 42nd minute with a banger there. It was a great goal there. In the second half, Kulinovic scored from the fast break. Then 71st Belgium scored in the 71st minute. So it was a very dominant win for um, Dinamo Zagreb. So yeah,
And it's a massive one as well because they've eliminated some of the teams like Rangers. They've also they can only finish the they're in a good position to go through to the knockouts. The only way they go out is if they finish 25th, which is the highest of the eliminated places, and if Ludogorets were to win. But this was a fantastic win for them, even though although FC Steaua Bucuresti were like close behind them in standings at the time, but considering the manner as well, I'd say the only thing that is kind of resisting me from putting them in the top tier is that, or the GOAT tier, is that is making me think. I'm just wondering if the quality of the Romanian team was really anything impressive. So
yeah, okay, let's start with FCSB first because I think that's easier. FCSB D or F. I'm thinking I'm tempted to put them maybe F, but then they did score, so that's kind of something that's why I don't want to put them F. But maybe
I'd put them in E tier.
Bottom of D. I guess we could do that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Then Dinamo Zagreb. For me personally, I'm gonna say A tier. I'm not putting them S tier because, with all due respect, FCSB is not that good of a team. So, I'm gonna say in the A tier, probably top. I'll probably say top.
Yeah, I'd have them above Feyenoord.
Actually, no. I think Paul. No, actually, you know what? I think Paul beating Real Betis is more impressive.
Yeah, I was wondering. PAOK have an argument to be ahead of them, but I think above Feyenoord at the minimum.
Okay, so second or first? I'm actually now thinking I'm leaning towards second more.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right. Let's read some comments.
Does it make a difference the fact that the PAOK were Oak's second goal was a penalty in the 86th minute?
The fact that they won the game was impressive. Like, I don't think many of us expected them to win. So, like, I for me, like, because the thing is, penalties aren't really that great of goals, but at the end of the day, a penalty's a goal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting.
But I also mentioned the timing as well as something to consider.
I mean, still, I think the fact that they won is impressive. Like, even if they won 1-0, it's still very impressive. We did not expect PAOK to win that game. Most of us didn't expect, So everybody's a great team. Anyways, some of the takes that HA's guests have led me into yourself.
Was I a part of one of them? Because I know I've been on Have Hope's channel for 2 England discussions.
I think it was some of the people that bad takes there. I think he's referred to those people. That's what I'm guessing at least. Obviously you could correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, some people have there's some brick takes on that channel. So
how did brick become this sort of terminology? It seems quite hipster to me.
I don't know, man. I guess he's the one that started it, and then everyone just, I guess, followed it. I don't even know. But anyways, that's a discussion for another time. Anyways, let's move on to the next game we got here. It is Ferencvaros won, Panathinaikos won, and yeah, Ferencvaros got the penalty there by deal in the 62nd minute. So okay, Ferencvaros going to win this game. Ferencvaros going to win this game, and then all of a sudden, 86 minutes, Zarure scored the goal. 86 minute comes off the bench. 73rd minute scores a goal there to make it 1-all, and that's how the game finishes. Stats
That's a
wise, oh, sorry.
that's a blow for them.
Yeah, I'm looking
I'll
stats wise.
yeah, spit it into the stats and then I'll elaborate.
Yeah, I'm just going stats wise. It was a pretty even game. Ferencvaros had 10 shots, 2 on target. Panathinaikos had 12 shots, 3 on target. And it was actually really interesting. Both teams didn't have a shot on target in the first half. Both teams had 6 and 4 respectively. And in the second half, all the shots on target came through. So yeah, and I'm just looking at the goals real quick. I mean, wow, Bamidil in the penalty, 62nd minute. Then wow, Zaure, 86 minute. That's a banger of a goal there. Wow. So yeah, I mean, okay, you can. So I'm guessing for me, I think I'm gonna put Panathinaikos higher than Ferencvaros since they got a draw
Oh
from.
yeah,
Yeah, because you're the
definitely.
away team and they got the draw from what they got a result from. Sorry, they got a goal from a losing position. Managed to
And,
salvage a draw.
and Ferencvaros were higher in the table. They were top 6.
Yeah, and now they're
I
7th.
think they were anyway, but
Yeah,
still in a strong position to a, a win would have put them in third or fourth actually, because they would have been one goal behind Freiburg.
I think I'm putting both in C. And I think I'm putting Panathinaikos higher than Ferencvaros. Where in the C tier though? That's what I'm kind of trying to figure
I'd
out.
put mm,
Hmm.
somewhere between Nottingham Forest and Celtic.
Wait, which team?
Uh, Panathinaikos.
Okay. Let's see. These two won. No, I sorry. Nottingham Forest lost. Serena Zvezda they won.
Then the next two teams won, albeit Freiburg were up against a low quality team.
And you know what? Okay, so this is basically like
I'm
Porto. This is basically like Porto, actually, if you think about it.
well,
Porto.
Panathinaikos also didn't have as much expectation to win
Yeah.
compared to Porto, so
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
that probably suggests that they should be higher.
Yeah, and you know what's actually interesting that the guy that came off the bench scored in the 70, like he came off 73rd and then scored like 10 minutes later. That's actually interesting. And then yeah, for Ferencvaros, they blew it from a
I,
winning position. So
e-
and they're at home as well.
I'd they definitely go ahead of Sturm Graz.
I think that's C. I'm putting the C. I want to go D. I think D is a bit harsh.
I'll say they're around
Bottom is.
Fenerbahce.
Mm, I think it may be bottom. Well, actually, they did tie to be fair, so they didn't lose to be fair. So you know what? I think we should put them at least here, or actually maybe
Oh, oh,
or maybe above
um,
Fenerbahce because they didn't lose to be fair.
although they were I think I'd put them behind Fenerbahce because this was a opportunity that they failed to take
Yeah. Okay.
at home.
Okay. I can agree.
I thinking about it. I think I'd put Panathinaikos ahead of Freiburg because Freiburg only won 1-0
Okay.
and miss chances on target.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at some comments. I mean, it's not really Shaw Batiste, and it wasn't really the first team. Yeah, I know it wasn't the first team with Pookie, but still, it is a bit surprising. Like like
They still played Pablo Fornells.
yeah, like it wasn't like completely like the B team. Like they still had some, I think, first team players there. So you had Lorente there, you saw Fornells there, Rodriguez was still there, so it was like an A minus team, and the and what is it called? I mean, Batiste is still a great team, so this is an upset, that's for sure. You can't argue. You can't definitely argue with that. Maybe it's not that big of an upset, but it's a small upset. I think brick is euphemism for prick.
Oh, okay.
Half Hope's quite creative in his insults and vocabulary. Yeah, I suppose you could say. Nice strike from Zori. All right, let's move on to the next one we got here is Nice versus Go Ahead Eagles. And finally, Nice have won a game. But it's too late. Oh my jeez, this is actually sad. Like, how do you like now that you're eliminated, you still you win the game? Wow. At least they won. I guess that's good. You
What
put
was
it
the score again? Was it like 2-1?
3-1. Vono scored in the 10th minute. Govoy scored 41st and 59th, and then Go Ahead Eagles scored a consolation stalker 68. 20
Okay.
shots, 90 shots, 6 on target. Go Ahead Eagles had 70 shots, 5 on target. And wow, Nice actually had less possession this game, 35%. But they were clinical with their chances, it seems. Um,
I'm thinking B.
yeah. Yeah. Just run through the goal scores real quick. Let's see. The first goal was scored in the first let's see, 10th minute of the game. Bono scored in the 10th minute. That was a great goal there. And the 41st, what a banger that was from Goivia. And the second half, Goiva scored the 59 from the header. Then Stroker scored the consolation goal, right foot. So for me, I'm gonna say Nice. I'll say bottom of B tier. I suppose. Well, actually, I mean, this was they. Hmm. I don't know. I mean, it was pretty dominant to be fair. Um. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say above these two. Do I put them above Braga? Nah, I think 94 is still a good team, so I think I'll put them there. I'm saying fifth. I'm putting them over Braun and Victoria Pleasant and Braun. Would you agree? Do you agree?
Um, is there an argument to have them be higher?
I was thinking that because like you have Braga that beat Forest 1-0. Then you got Villa that beat
Yeah.
Fenerbahce 1-0. Leon won 1-0. And then Celta Vigo. Wait, now that you could actually put them top at B tier actually.
Yeah, I
I'm not putting A.
yeah,
I think A is
yeah, no, I'm not going to put them A either, but
top of B.
I'm not sure where I'd put them, but somewhere ahead of Braga.
I'm actually, you know what I'm thinking maybe we put them at top because all these teams won by 1 goal margins. They won by 2 goal margin.
Okay,
Are you okay with top of B?
sure.
All right. And then as for Go Ahead Eagles, I mean, this is bad. How do you lose to a team that's already eliminated? I know you were away from home, and I know that, but still, you can at least get a draw. You know, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of expect at least a draw. I didn't like. Come on, I think this is bad. I mean, do you think it's bad to lose to a team that's already eliminated?
Yes.
But I mean, you could argue though that Nice is a better team than Go Ahead Eagles on paper. You could say that when you look at the players, obviously. So this is kind of
I
a tough one
suppose
for me.
so.
This is a tough one.
Are they like around where Lille are?
Where's Go Ahead Eagles actually? Out of curiosity, they're actually.
Oh no,
Oh,
well, I was asking in terms of the
oh,
tier,
Liga.
but
Oh, sorry.
the
Uh,
on screen.
Go Ahead Eagles is 30th. I'm thinking.
Uh,
I'm thinking maybe C. Maybe low end of C. They lost to a team that's already eliminated. That's bad, man. That's bad. But then again, you could say that Nice is a better team than Go Ahead Eagles. So can you? I don't know. This is a tough one. I need your help, man. I can't really decide.
well, this result has actually it's not eliminated them. They could still go through with a few other results going their way, maybe, unless there's just too many teams that are bound to get.
Would you say this is a missed opportunity?
Result wise, in terms of not getting a result, yes.
I mean, I'm not really shocked on Nice though.
I'd certainly have them ahead of Real Betis and Steaua Bucuresti.
Oh, you're actually putting them in D tier?
Minimum.
Ooh. Actually,
What's the maximum you'd put them?
Actually, you know what? You could make a D tier because you lost to a team that was already eliminated.
At highest, I'd put them.
Actually, no, I think D tier is fair.
Actually, I can't. I don't think I can put them ahead of Young Boys.
Okay, bottom of C. I'm thinking either bottom of C or top of D.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well.
Actually, you know what? I want to go bottom of C just because I feel like Nice is a better team than. So they're still not that bad of a team. They just had a bad run of form, I think. So, yeah. Okay, bottom of C.
Yes.
All right. So how many matches we got? 4 matches to go. All right.
I
We're already.
did watch Rangers vs Ludogorets, seeing
Oh,
as Rangers are Porto's next opponents. First half, Rangers were the better team. This win was not enough given the context of some of the other results going against them and their horrendous start in this campaign. The second half, I thought it was pretty even, although I'd say Rangers were closer, did have like the better chances. So I would give them. I'd put them at the top of C.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stats here. They have 14 shots, 7 on target. They got the goal there. Diomande in the 33rd minute from the goal there from the left foot. And then the second half, they were pretty good. And yeah, Ludogorets didn't really offer. I mean, I think the Ludogorets were decent, but they just are finishing, which is really bad. They had 12 shots, 5 on target. But yeah, first half.
Jack Butland did make a few saves. Not too threatening, but I would say from what I saw from Ludogorets, they would be a low end C.
All right, so let's give Rangers top of C, I guess is fair.
Yeah.
And Ludogorets, wait, I just realized Ludogorets basically lost team was already eliminated.
Although Rangers at the time were still in contention of going into the next.
So they
it was only the fact they went in this game needing to win both games and hoping enough results went their way, but they're eliminated now. But at the time, Rangers were still in contention of potentially getting into the playoffs.
Okay. I'm thinking we put Ludogorets. I'm thinking we put them ahead of Go Ahead Eagles, and maybe do that.
Yeah, I think that's about fair.
All right, let's read some comments. A nice try. First goal by Govia to Escabas. Big up AD and Matt Spooky. Respect Albert. Hey Albert. Hey Don. Big up. Anthony. Yeah, Anthony didn't play this game. He was injured. Anyone who watches Scottish
football, frozen out.
Hearts still lead by 6 points over Rangers and so they could be the first non-old form since Aberdeen with Fergie in charge.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Do you think they'll actually do it though? I hope they do it, but I don't think they will. Sadly, I think they'll.
I mean,
this is one of those things I have to see it to believe it. Once the league season's done, I'll have to believe it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. But I hope it does happen.
I'll give them about equal chance to Arsenal winning the Premier League.
Arsenal.
Because Rangers and Celtic, they're not. I mean, Rangers have been picking up recently. Celtic, they've got a. I mean, Martin O'Neill's a better manager than Wilfred Nancy, but I'm just as uncertain with Rangers and Celtic as I am with Hearts. So that's why I think Hearts have just as much chance of winning the title as Arsenal do of winning the Premier League in England. And let's also be real, Hearts don't have to face as tough of opponents as Arsenal do in the English Premier League.
Actually, you might be onto something because like if you think about it, like Liverpool, Man City have been pretty much dominating the Premier League for quite some time. Well, it's really been Man City if we're being real. So you can kind of say it's kind of as actually, I know I feel like it's a weird. Actually, is this a weird comparison?
Well, I'm comparing the kind of circumstances of currently rather than
Yeah,
historically.
yeah. I think okay, maybe historically I'm going far fetched there, but currently it's probably better comparison. It's probably a better way to put it. But yeah, to win the Scottish Premier League, don't watch it, but I'm aware of it. Yeah, Butland, FIFA 70 legend.
He
So
he was he not too long ago. He was England's second choice goalkeeper at the World Cup in 2018.
yeah, where is it? What
He
choice?
he could have easily been first choice goalkeeper as well. He wasn't. He was quite neck and neck with Pickford, and then Pickford had did well at the World Cup and has kept his place since.
So what place is Butland actually out of curiosity? By the way, guys, smash the like button. We're at 3 likes. We should get at least 5 likes. Okay. But yeah, sorry, Matt.
But are you asking where he is in contention for goalkeepers for England?
Yeah, yes.
I don't think he's been called up since 2018 or 19.
Yeah.
Probably 2019.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age, so he probably won't be called up anytime soon. Maybe for a friendly, but not a competitive game anytime soon. So, hello, Well, Celtic seems to be in a bad time. I know Arsenal are not popular, but I still rate the Gunners' chances. Oh yeah. I think for me, this is why I kind of disagree with Matt. I think Arsenal have a better chance than Hearts. But like I said, the point margin is about the same to be fair, because I think Arsenal is 7 points clear, and I think Hearts are 6 points. So you can go from a point perspective. But yeah, I do think Arsenal is more likely to win the Premier League than Hearts. But we'll see though. You never know with Arsenal because it's a team that's been faltering with pressure in the last couple of years. So I wouldn't be surprised to be fair if they choke
The unreliability is also a factor for me too.
of a place or whatever low. Hearts versus Celtic on Sunday. Um, Rangers played Dundee at the same time. Young Southgate was ruthless and pushing Rooney, Wilshere, Butland, Pickford, Smalling, and Cahill, but he stayed very low to others, disposing of his players to England.
Pickford has been the main goalkeeper for most of Southgate's time. Also, I believe Southgate did call up Wayne Rooney at one point, but Wayne Rooney chose to retire. Yeah, he did push out the other for the other three. Oh yeah, Joe Hart.
Joe Hart.
Yeah, so Joe Hart played in the World Cup qualifiers for England in 2000 for the 2018 in edition, and then I think he played like 2 games after that since.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we have 3 more teams to do, and then we're gonna look at the table, and then we're gonna look at match day 8, guys. So Roma Stuttgart. So Roma won 2-0. Paisley scored the 40th and the 93rd minute, and yeah, they had 12 shots, 4 on target. Paisley scored the 93rd with a regular play goal. Then he scored a regular play goal in the 40th minute. And yeah, Stuttgart actually played decent this game, 15 shots, 5 on target. But I think the difference is Roma's finishing, which is not their finishing, which is not great. That's all.
And Stuttgart are considered to be a good team, so I think this goes in Roma's favour to being an A tier team.
Yeah, A tier. Where in the A tier you're putting them?
I'd say at least above Feyenoord.
Yeah, I think I'll put them third. I think these two are a bit more dominant.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
As for Stuttgart, I think Stuttgart played well. Honestly, I think despite the fact they lost, they just couldn't convert their chances. So I think for me, that's why I want to put them. I think B is a bit generous. I'm not going to go B, but I'll say top of C.
I'd probably at least have them ahead of Celtic. But I suppose upper. But yeah, I'm happy with upper end C.
Top of C is fair to you?
Above Nottingham Forest, I'd probably put them about equal to Rangers, but I'm not sure because I didn't see East Stuttgart play.
Well, to be fair, Rangers
I
did
only
win.
saw Rangers play, so
Yeah, Rangers did win to be fair, and Stuttgart lost. So yeah, you know what? Let's just put Rangers, I guess, first, just because they won. I know that's bad reasoning, but I mean, let's
it's reasonable.
yeah. All right, let's move on to the second to last game. We got Salzburg 3, Basel 1. Ajabujev scored in the 4th and 12th minute. Kretskik scored in the 31st, and Basel scored in the 56th minute. Agobufo. I'm probably butchering the names, by the way, but you know what I mean. They had 21 shots, 8 on target. They were very dominant this game. Kretz scored 35th. It was a great goal. And yeah, all the goals were actually pretty nice from Salzburg, actually. And yeah, I think for and Basel, that goal they scored was also really good too. So this was kind of a game of bangers. And yeah, I just think for Salzburg, they got a big win, a crucial win. And so,
It's
yeah, I think
kept their hopes of getting into the top 24 alive.
I'm gonna say at least B. Yeah, B tier. I'm gonna say B
Yeah, I'm
tier.
happy with that too.
Where in the B tier? Actually,
Um,
maybe top.
do we think the go-ahead Eagles are? How do we compare them to Basel?
All right. Which team do you think is better? Go ahead Eagles or Basel? Actually, which
I'd, I'd
side
have
of the
said
table?
I'd have said go-ahead Eagles are stronger, and the standings.
Well, they're level. They're level.
Basel are only ahead of go ahead Eagles by a 5 goal margin in goal difference.
Wow, you know it's really crazy, guys. Basel lost. Basel still lost, and are still above Salzburg in the table.
That's yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I know I would have Basel below go ahead Eagles. And then RV Salzburg. I know I'd have them ahead of Braga. Not quite sure where else in the B tier I'd put them.
um, they did win by a 2 goal margin, and those other teams besides Nice won by 1 goal margin. So does that matter too much to you?
Um, well, certainly Fenerbahce were probably a harder team. Lille too. But what's also important in the context of Red Bull Salzburg is this win has kept them in the competition. So that's some important context going in their favor.
Yeah. Personally for me, I'm thinking maybe putting them above Nice.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm not sure, but I don't object.
Okay. And then Basel, I'd probably put them. I'm thinking of putting them where Go Ahead Eagles are, above or lower.
I'd say lower.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. And then the final game we got here is Utrecht nil, Genk 2. Utrecht with Genk won 2-0 on the road, and it was a pretty wow. Actually, looking at this, wow, Utrecht actually played really well this game. 70 shots, 7 on target. Genk had 12 shots, 5 on target. So I think Genk were just clinical on the day. Hams scored in the 83rd minute from the penalty, and Udani scored a fantastic goal there. But yeah, Utrecht weren't actually that bad to be fair. They played well in the first half, but the second half they weren't good. So yeah. Um, I'm saying Utrecht maybe top of D.
Sure.
And as for Gang, I would say bottom of B, I guess. I don't think it really.
Um, I'd put them ahead of the two teams that drew.
Okay, that's fair.
Um, Probably albeit Nottingham Forest are a much better team than
Utrecht.
Utrecht. Not too high, but I'd put them in that B tier somewhere.
Okay, higher than Braga or lower than Braga? Because I think I'm gonna put one of them. It's gonna be either here or there.
I'll let you decide.
Um, I'm gonna say maybe ahead, just because they won. They did win by a 2 goal margin. To be fair, so maybe third, or am I going too far?
Um, no, I don't. I don't think that's a problem.
Okay, third, I suppose. Let's read some of your guys' comments.
Um, I'll also say this: you won't believe who Utrecht's only point came against.
Nice, right?
No, it's Porto,
Wow. All right.
and they went down to 10 men in that game.
All right. So let's go get some comments. Was really disappointed that Angela Steeler didn't play. Yeah, he's great for Stuttgart. He's always Stuttgart's best player. Been watching Stu ever since Tony Cruz spoke highly of him. Hearts have less games to play, no Europe, and they're out of the Scottish Cup. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Now, guys, let's be real. If Hearts win this league, would that be one of the biggest shocks in this European football season?
I don't know about shocks because not only have Rangers and Celtic been bad, but Hearts were always
The
they were
third
that
best.
they were usually third or fourth best. So they so I think it would if it was a team like Inverness or let's say Dundee FC, then by or Kilmarnock, then yeah, then this would be what a fantastic, a crazy story. But Hearts,
I mean, I
it's
still
kind
think
of
it's gonna be great.
like
I mean, I still think it's
it's
gonna be impressive.
Hearts is more like kind of the Iraq situation where in 2007 when yes they weren't expected to win but Iraq generally were a second tier in football nation, and Hearts have generally been the part of that best of the rest in Scottish football.
Okay, so you're trying to compare? Are you trying to say they're like Atletico Madrid?
Yes,
Okay, all right. Salzburg waiting for
pretty
revenge on
much.
Basel. On Basel for years. Wait, what has Basel done to Salzburg?
Maybe Basel have a good record against them.
I mean, I was just thinking head to head. They only played twice, and one was the Europa League Europa League game from 2014. So yeah, but you're gonna have to let us know because I'm kind of confused. The revenge thing. But anyways, yeah, yabba dabba doo. 10 is here. Big O 10. Hi, I read the Scottish League. Um, Heart's gonna show a lot of heart to him.
True.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Lol. Albert, I rated the Scottish League since FIFA 14.
Okay.
If they pull Arsenal, there's gonna be a lot of broken hearts. Um, um. So, all right.
Can you bring up Oh, I was going to say, can you bring up 10 items comment again?
Who
Yabba
wins?
dabba doo.
Who wins Europa League? Okay. All right, 10 speak now.
Yabba dabba doo.
All right. All right. Who wins the Europa League right now, in your honest opinion? Okay, we're gonna answer this question, but let's first finish this tier list. I said Villa. That's what I'm talking about. 80. Yeah, Everton has never won the cup and league and won the cup in like 11 years. Everton is down the third tier now. Wow. Albert, lol. What's good? 10. Okay, so 10, man. Obviously, I know you just joined in, so give me. Are you okay with this? What changes would you make quickly? Because we need to wrap up.
To be honest, I didn't watch any of the games. I just checked the results just now. Unfortunately, Steaua Bucharest are probably going to get knocked out. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I just realized, guys. Sorry to cut you off. We don't have any teams the S and F tier. Ooh.
I mean, S tier, I guess you can say. I have to check the results though. Could be, I guess, in terms of strength level of the teams from A, you would probably say AS Roma for S, considering Stuttgart are I wouldn't call Stuttgart a favorite, but Stuttgart are,
Good team.
recently won a trophy. So
Yeah.
they have won something. So
Okay.
I would maybe, if there's one S, maybe them.
Yeah,
And
let's
then
do.
I'll just-
How many S do you guys want to do? One or two? I'm saying no more than two. By the way, I'm saying
Uh,
two at max.
I don't know what's-
for GOAT tier, I think
Or we could just do one.
Pauk and Roma have the best shouts. Although, although Dinamo Zagreb did give a good performance. But I think I'm fine with two at GOAT tier, and you know what? I'm not normally on the bandwagon with these comparison these labels of Anthony, but we could call that top tier the Anthony tier.
Okay.
Seeing as he is in the Europa League and he does perform well in this competition.
Okay, so 10. How many how many S tier teams are you gonna do? I'm saying two at most. Two or one. I'm kind of leaning towards one, to be honest with you.
I guess Roma are probably either Roma or Pauk. From what
Wait, so
What
how
about
many you wanna do?
both?
or both. I guess why not?
Okay, let's do both. I guess both is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll. I guess.
I really can't.
And then F tier. How many F tier guys?
Probably.
I mean, I don't think I wouldn't limit any of them, but I would also say there's not like a standout.
Yeah, I don't think there was any team. I don't think there was any team that was garbage from start to finish. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. 10. Do you want to do it? We don't have to do F tier if you don't want to.
Yeah, I guess to make Sebastian, if he's ever here, happy, you could put Malmo. Who did they lose to?
Red Star Belgrade at home.
But
They did have 0 shots, by the way. 0 shots on target.
at home.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I
Malmo-
think they don't even play the league right now, like the
Oh
this
yeah.
league.
Oh yeah.
But then,
Mal-
you can't use that excuse because
Bodo.
not Bodo Glimt, so we can't really use that excuse. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Malmo's the only part of Sweden I've been to.
Okay, so you know what? Okay, so do we? How many F tier? Let's just do one or two. Or let's just do one.
Yeah, just one. Why not?
Yeah, just do it for Sebastian. Sebastian, man.
Like,
Yeah. All right, so let's go look at some comments, and then we're gonna go, and then we're gonna look at the table, guys. Look at Matchday 8. I'm sorry you're here, 10. I thought you wouldn't be here, 10, but I'm glad you're here.
Oh no,
Oh, you just got back.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
a lot earlier than usual, so why not?
That's a Villa. That's what I'm talking about. 80. Okay, let's go to that little Mats. Edric will take Leon to the promised land. Ooh. What do you mean, like Europa League? Okay, Europa League is possible. No, definitely not League On. Definitely not League On. That's for sure. What's up? Edric Leon's
I haven't
like,
seen
maybe-
Balkan Warrior in a while.
Oh yeah, what's up, Balkan? I haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to have you here, man. Edric Leon's like baby Benzema. What? What? Okay. Ted,
Did we think Benzema was going to be this good before he went to Real Madrid?
I'm still though. That's kind
He
of a lot.
arguably, I mean, Hendricks probably got more hype
Yeah.
at his age before Benzema did.
Nah, I mean, come on. That's still a crazy comparison. Benzema is way better than Endrick. So, yeah,
And to
exactly.
be fair, Leon were very good in
Yeah,
the
but
2000s.
I put Roman S tier. High 10. I see AFCON drain your life force.
Well, at least it's over, that tournament.
Bro, that
It's
AFCON.
all over now.
Bro, that AFCON, guys, I was pumping videos. I was making videos like every single day. Normally, I don't do that.
Yeah,
So,
I was doing watch alongs. Some of the games were bad.
and you know what's
Mali,
good?
Tunisia.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have to do that again for the World Cup. That's gonna, dang. But I mean, World Cup is obviously better. But
I
still.
mean, aren't you gonna spend some time in host cities? Although then again, you could
Atlanta.
use some of that time to
You should vlog.
vlog about. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Did you? I don't know. Did they announce what tickets you got or not yet?
Yeah, not yet. Low.
Okay.
One. What the pork? Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, but with Roma, actually, are we overhyping pork, or
Actually, were
because
they in the
because they
table?
did beat a Real Betis A- team, but then again, they did beat Real Betis. We didn't expect Real Betis to. We didn't expect. I mean, I certainly didn't expect Pork to win. Maybe 10 might have expected.
I don't think Polk had been on the radar much lately either.
Yeah.
So
this was a surprise, and by a
Dan,
margin.
okay, let me ask Dan as my La Liga correspondent. Are you surprised that Pork beat Real Betis?
I mean, to be fair, even despite that being Betis' first loss in this competition, I mean, actually, I have to check who they have final day. I mean, they
Oh, yeah, right.
host Feyenoord final day,
Yeah, we're
which
gonna
you
check
would
the game.
still think they would win. So, and they're still in the top 8. So if they win, they're practically still getting top 8, considering teams still play each other. So I think I'm not that surprised. And, Betis have been in a bit of a ish form, not amazing, but not bad. Like a few weeks ago lost 5-1 to Real Madrid, but then they can, pick up certain results and all that.
Yeah,
Like in the Copa del Rey and all.
yeah. I mean, do we put Pork in A or S is fine? What do you guys think?
Why not? Let them
Interchangeable.
have their moment.
Yeah. Has Liga overtaken Serie A?
No.
In terms of history, no. If today, you could technically say just because PSG, but that's
Yeah.
literally just because of PSG.
I don't think Ligue 1 has been near Serie A since the last decade.
But the problem, the thing is with this is actually an interesting thing to actually discuss, guys, because the thing is
Wait. Nice won a game?
yeah, Nice won a game.
Damn.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. But we get back to this one. See, you know what's interesting, guys? You know what's really interesting? See, the thing is, I would agree because obviously the obvious answer would be yes because of obviously we saw in the Champions League final. But here's the thing: that was just one team from Ligue 1. What other team in Ligue 1 has done well in Europe besides PSG in recent years? None, right? At least you could say the other teams like Inter done well. Inter made the finals. Roma made the final. Atalanta won the Europa League. So
Juventus back in the day were good.
no, I mean like in
the French teams haven't gone on far in the Europa League or the Conference League either.
I will say this though. Maybe okay, I'll tell you this. If a French team wins the Europa League and Conference League this season, then maybe we could have a convo. Maybe. But until then, no. So no.
I mean, Fiorentina also made back-to-back Conference League finals.
Oh yeah, true.
And then a semi-final.
League 1. That's League 1. Zero ball knowledge. French League 1. You mean Uber Eats? It's not pork. It's doing it's pork. Hello. McDonald's. Everyone knows the top leagues go like the Prem, La Liga for first. Germany, Italy, Portugal, and Saudi.
Hey, respect the Brazilian league.
Respect Al Nasser.
Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, any order. Brazil, Bundesliga, Liga, and Eredivisie.
All right, Cristiano Ronaldo.
And you could put Saudi Pro League in the same tier as Ligue 1 too.
Okay, that's a good call. Ronaldo's tier list. No, but Ronaldo put Italy above Germany. Like he wouldn't go like he's never played in Germany. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only team
I-
that can actually get him is Bayern anyway.
yeah,
I don't think Ronaldo would enjoy a winter break.
he said maybe 80. Maybe Benz did have some hype, bro. Ever since Brian horrible pens, there's been horrible pens. What I have some guests saying Brian should hide and wow.
Oh god.
Oh man. Moving on. Publius, for example, only Lyon in the Conference League. Lyon reached UEL quarters last season and are leading UEL table, but we'll have to see the knockouts. You know, and for me, like it doesn't matter how you have to make the final.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, you got to make the final.
Atalanta won a Europa League. AC Milan got to a semi-final. Roma got to 2 semi-finals.
And a final.
Yeah.
Actually, they won the Conference League.
Yeah.
Th-
Last season.
That as well.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't give that too much significance, but it's still better than anything the French teams have done in the Conference League.
Last season,
Mhm.
French wasn't so bad if I remember correctly. French teams. Yeah, we'll see.
And to be fair, actually, it's only really Serie A or Bundesliga that's competing for the extra Champions League spot when you really think about it.
Yeah, La Liga.
The only other impact I could remember was Brest, and they themselves were knocked out by PSG, and that was in the playoff.
Oh, guys, let's look at
I
the league.
know.
Guys, let's look at the table real quick, guys. So they were an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't realize we're this long. Normally, Europa League streams aren't this long, but I guess this Europa League stream got a lot of people turn out, which I'm happy with, I suppose. Normally, these streams don't get big turnouts, so that's
And
nice.
it's actually my first time doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, guys,
I suppose
like
we
the
did
stream,
beat
guys.
around the bush a little bit at times, but it's fine.
Yeah, guys, remember, guys, to like and subscribe, guys. Get the like button, guys. We're at 5 likes, guys. Let's try to get to 10 likes. Okay, anyways, let's look at the league, the Europa League table. So let's go look at the top 8. So we got Lyon, Aston Villa, Freiburg, and we're also going to look at the next couple of games. So
It does also help that it does show who their next opponent is at the end of the table.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
my
and
FUTMob.
it's the final day.
All right, so FUTMob is FUTMob. Okay, so let's look at the teams that are eliminated. So basically, all the teams, Rangers,
On
are
So-
eliminated.
anyone less than 6 points are eliminated.
Yes.
The Rangers and bottom.
All right, so let's go look at this. So Maccabi Tel Aviv versus Bologna. What are you guys
Tend
saying?
items. Do you want to know one of the something poetic? One of the results that knocked out Rangers was Celtic's draw.
Oh.
Dang. All right. Okay, so guys, let's talk about this. So
Oh,
match
Steve.
day 8. Okay, so what are you guys saying? I'm not gonna give my predictions. Obviously, you guys are gonna wait for my short next week.
I'm not sure. Well, obviously, I'm not going to say I'm not into the Europa League, but I haven't really looked too much at the table. But Bologna, I think if they win, they have a good shout of top 8.
Yeah, come on. Bologna should beat Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Would it be worth starting from the teams that are in contention,
Yeah, I
and
would say
then
contention.
so
Let's go for
Like,
Bologna. We already bought him
significance.
here. Let's go. He doesn't.
Okay,
All right, so Genk versus Malmo. What are you saying? Ooh.
I guess.
that's going to be in Genk. And
Yeah, Genk.
Mm.
Actually, no, screw it. I'm gonna get my predictions. Why the heck not? Okay. All right.
I'll
So
say draw.
you might get less people viewing these predictions compared to next week, so you don't have much to lose.
yeah. All right. Okay. So Bologna will beat Maccabi Tel Aviv. I think we're all in agreement
Yeah.
that Genk wins this because Malmo are garbage. Celtic versus Utrecht. Celtic should win this.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
All right. Ludogorets versus Nice. Ludogorets, I think, should win this one.
Yeah, I think they'll get the top 24.
Storm Graz versus Brann. I think Storm Graz will. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Storm Graz are already out. Brann.
But Brann need something. A draw. I think a draw is enough.
I don't
for
think Brann's
Brann.
beating Storm Graz. I think it's a draw. I'll say draw.
I think that'll be enough. I guess.
Do you guys think a draw?
I think a draw is enough. I feel like 10
Yeah, I don't.
points.
Yeah, I just don't see Braun going away as strong guys and winning. I just don't see it. So yeah. All right. Moving on. We have it is Porto versus Rangers. Oh yeah. Porto.
I'll speak more about that when we get further up the table.
Yeah. Yeah. 10.
But,
Porto should win. Porto should win this, right?
I mean, I want them to. And also,
Alright.
Rangers are out now, so
Yeah. Go ahead,
and
Eagles.
Porto need to get top 8.
Go ahead, Eagles versus Braga. I'm gonna say.
I
Ooh.
don't think Go Ahead Eagles win, but I'm also uncertain whether Braga will have enough to win. So
Yeah.
either a win or a draw.
I'm saying draw. I'm saying draw.
Yeah, I'll say draw too.
FCSB Fenerbahce.
Unfortunately, just like what happened to Universitatea Cordova, eliminated in the league phase. I don't think
They will be at home in the
obviously a
next
draw
game.
won't be enough. So I think
They'll be home to Fenerbahce.
yeah, but I don't know.
I
Steaua
think-
haven't been that good in the Superliga. Like they're actually the third. No, is it? I think third or fourth best in Bucharest. Dinamo and Rapid are better than them in the league.
I think they'll probably lose 2-0.
Yeah, I think they're out. Steaua.
I don't think Red Bull Salzburg who've got ooh,
Well, to be fair, Aston Villa do
Bar-
play Newcastle on Sunday, so I don't know how much that's going to affect both us and them. But considering Aston Villa want to
but
get,
Aston Villa are going to be at home.
I think Villa, especially at home.
I think there's
They might-
just
they
gonna be
might
too
lose.
much.
They might lose like 3-0 to Newcastle because they always do at St James's, but then they'll beat Salzburg like 3-0.
All right.
Like
The teams that are outside the top 24 that could go through, I don't think Go Ahead Eagles, Steaua Bucuresti, Red Bull Salzburg.
I think Basel maybe
Basel are home to
Oh, yeah.
Victoria Pilsen,
will beat
which I think
Porto.
could go either way. But
I say the best chances are Ludogorets of outside of the 24. The best.
yeah, I'll probably I'll
Mm.
say that Basel game's likely a draw. Feyenoord, they're going to be away to Real Betis, so I don't think they'll
And
have
Betis
enough.
need to win.
And Ludogorets are home to Nice.
I think they're
Um,
a nice shout of Supreme. Because actually, if what do you call this? If Celtic lose and Ludogorets draw, Ludogorets get 24th, not Celtic.
yeah, that is true.
And you never know. You never
All right.
know. But
All right,
I
let's-
think
Let's look at this. So sorry about that, guys.
Young Boys will be away to Stuttgart, so I think Young Boys will finish below Celtic. It's just do I think Ludogorets have enough to finish above Young Boys? And if any of the teams, I think they might be I think they could be the only team, or maybe Basel. I think only Ludogorets or Basel can go into the top 24 out of the teams that are not there.
I think if you get 10 points, any team on 10 points, you're in. That's what I think. So Dynamo and up, everyone I think is in, no matter what happens. I think Lille, Freiburg. Could you imagine Lille goes? Well, obviously certain results have to go against Lille. If Lille gets knocked out, imagine getting knocked out with a positive goal difference
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
on 9
They're home
points.
to Freiburg.
But I still think Lille will win.
Yeah, and Freiburg only won 1-0 at home to the team bottom of the standings.
Yeah, but I think
And that's a team who I refuse to talk about, but they've got they conceded 18 goals before tonight.
Yeah, and Bologna are probably going to feast. And Sturm Graz, against Brann. Oh, we already said. Young Boys against Stuttgart. I mean, Stuttgart have to bounce back, but
And it's in Stuttgart, so I don't think Young Boys are going to do it.
yeah, especially when Stuttgart need to get top 8 if they can.
All right. I'm back with that. I'm back, guys. Finally. Jeez. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I think I was on which match was it? Oh yeah, FCSB Fenerbahce.
Star Wars out.
The thing is, Fenerbahce aren't really that great. I don't really
But
trust them that much.
Star Wars or not, I mean, well, Star Wars basically have to win. And even if they win, it still might not be enough.
Still though.
Fenerbahce showed more promise against a better team than
Star Wars.
Bucharest did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fenerbahce do have more quality, obviously. So, you know what? This is tough. I'm
And
gonna say
to be fair,
Fenerbahce.
in a way, this is kind of like Romania versus Turkey. So you get a little.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say Fenerbahce.
Yeah,
I
What-
think Fenerbahce.
about you win.
What I was saying earlier, AD, is that the only teams that I think could get out of the elimination zone are Ludogorets and Red Bull. No, Ludogorets and Basel. And even then, I think Basel more likely a draw and
Yeah.
To be fair, at least their
And-
goal is okay.
yeah, I mean, Basel do have to play Victoria Pilsen at home.
Yeah.
I think that can go either way, so I'm not sure. So I'm doubtful on that. And Ludogorets home to Nice, and I'm unsure which way that goes.
Okay, let me just predict, guys. So Villa Salzburg, I'm saying Villa win. Basel Pleasant, I'm gonna say this ends in a. Where's Pleasant?
They
the end
are
is
17th.
17th. I'm gonna say draw. I'm saying draw.
I
Real
mean, they
Betis
are
Marner,
drawn.
Real Betis win. And then Ludogorets Nice, I'm saying a draw.
Could you imagine
No, actually, Ludogorets win this one.
for the Dutch teams? Imagine what Utrecht go out, go ahead. Eagles likely out. Feyenoord likely out. PSV could get knocked out. Imagine Ajax, because Ajax actually somehow still have a chance to make it through. Imagine Ajax are the only Dutch team in all the Dutch teams.
Wait, what
to
about the
make it
Conference
through.
League? Is there a Dutch team in the Conference League? There might be.
I think AZ.
Yeah, easy Alkmaar.
Actually, I have to check this.
I forgot Conference League. But okay, so Celtic, Utrecht, Celtic win this one. YB Young Boys with Stuttgart. Stuttgart obviously win. Brann versus Storm Guys versus Brann. I'm gonna say ends in a draw. Leo versus Freiburg. Okay, Leo versus Freiburg is interesting.
Certain
Ooh.
results could mean a little miss out, but you need certain results to happen.
I'm gonna say draw. Michelin, Dinamo Zagreb. I'm gonna say win for Michelin. Honestly, I think Michelin beat Dinamo Zagreb. Roma beat Panathinaikos, I think. Yeah, we talked about this one already, and then we talked about this one already. Then non-enforced versus Ferencvaros. I'll probably say a draw.
Yeah.
The Bologna win that one, of course. Celta Vigo versus Cervena Zvezda versus
Oh,
Celta Vigo.
they're losing. They're losing. Celta are losing.
Oh.
And that
Alright.
means even if they win, they still might not have enough to get top 8.
Stuttgart
Oh,
YB. Stuttgart wins. Then Leon versus PAOK. I think Leon wins. Then Serena versus Celta Vigo. Serena win. Gang versus Malmo. I think Gang. This is actually an interesting one.
Well,
Genk
you
wins this
said
one.
Genk are at home.
Yeah, Gang wins this one. And then Porto versus Rangers. Porto win.
Yeah, Porto should win that.
Real Betis win.
would that
As average as Porto have been away, they've won all their home games, and mostly by a comfortable enough margin.
Yeah, I think we talked about all the games, didn't we?
I think Porto get top 8.
Yeah. Oh, guys, let me show you guys last season. Last season, top 8. So last season's top 8, 14 was the benchmark.
Sort of.
Yeah. And the teams that made the top 24, 10 points.
Almost.
Yeah,
Look how Braga missed out.
and Elfsborg. All right, so let's go ahead. We're not going to do top 24.
I
Let's just do top
I
8. Let's
yeah,
just do top 8.
I have mine in mind.
All right, so I'm saying Leon. I think Leon's going to get top 8. We don't need to predict the order. Just say the teams. So Leon is already secured, I believe. Villa's already secured. Freiburg haven't secured, but I think they will. I think Freiburg will get top 8. Midtjylland. Do they beat Dinamo Zagreb? Yeah, I think they do. Braga.
They're at home too.
God Eagles.
I think 15. No, actually, I think 16 is
16.
the benchmark.
Yeah,
It's
16.
the benchmark.
I think 16 is gonna be the benchmark this time around. So 16. Braga, I don't think they'll make it. Roma, I think they'll get top 8, so that's 5. Ferencváros, I don't think they'll do it. Real Betis, so 6, I think they'll do it. And Porto, I think will do it, so 7. And I think Genk do it. I think Genk will do it, 8. So those are my 8 teams.
I think for me, it's the top-
Bear in mind that Braga would have to lose in order for Genk to go above them.
Ooh, okay, maybe a draw. Actually, so Braga actually gets it then.
I think it'll be the top 9 minus Fenerbahce. It'll be the top 9 minus Fenerbahce. So that's my 8.
Okay,
So
yeah, I
basically,
think the same as you, I think.
1 to 6, 8, and 9.
Oh wow, Genk miss out.
Mine in order is Leon, Villa, Midtjylland, probably Freiburg. I think Inter, Porto are going to be actually, no, I think Real Betis are going to be next, then Porto, then Braga, and I suppose actually Roma would be probably where they are now, 6th.
All right. So and before we round up, guys, so actually we do have to look at the gaming predictor and some of the comments here. Is there any team that surprises you in the top 8 here? For me, I think my biggest surprise is Midtjylland.
Yeah, that has been a surprise,
And maybe
especially with the fact that they scored away at, even though it was Ange's, not Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest, they still got an impressive result there by winning and scoring 3 goals.
Yeah, so I'm saying for me the most impressive, I'm saying Midtjylland and Ferencváros. I think those are my 2 that surprised me. The rest of the other teams, I'm not really shocked.
I mean,
I'm shocked.
I'm a bit surprised on Ferencváros, but the fact that they drew at home and the fact they're going to be away to Nottingham Forest means that they're going to drop out.
Okay. Yeah, Midtjylland's probably in a strong position. And then the 9
and
to
also
24
Real Betis and Porto have got games at home and are just behind them.
Wow, Genk is really this high. 10th is actually pretty impressive. I didn't expect them
Yeah,
to be this
Genk's quite impressive.
Yeah. And wow, if you guys look at the unbeaten teams. So Freiburg haven't lost a game, Ferencváros haven't lost a game, and even Pleasant haven't lost a game. Wow.
With 5 draws.
Hey, they haven't lost. Okay, that's pretty crazy.
Could have been so different if Samu scored that penalty.
Yeah. So I mean, which team surprised you in the 9th to 24th? For me, okay, let's do one that surprised me in a bad way and surprised me in a good way. For me, I think Lille, I'm very disappointed with. And I think they've been the most disappointing team of the top, the ones there. And then the team that surprised me the most is probably Genk. I didn't think Genk would be this high.
For me, this might be obvious. It might be too obvious, but I'd say Midtjylland and Nice.
Oh yeah, Nice. Yeah, Nice. Actually, yeah, Nice. No, I mean like in the top. I mean 9 to 24th. Which team surprises you in this area?
Oh, okay. But in a negative way. Yeah, it's hard to look past Lille. But then again, a lot of the teams down there were in these spots have been as expected. Maybe, yeah, I suppose Nottingham Forest is a surprise now that I think about it, because some of their results have included losing to Midtjylland at home, drawing away to Sturm Graz, and albeit they were actually higher in the stand, they were in the top 8 before today.
Actually, maybe we should save this for the next stream. Actually,
possibly.
Yeah. All right, let's go look at the prediction thing. So I said this was a draw. Got this one right. A draw. Ah, man, this one let me let down. Got this one right. Okay, so basically the only bad one was this one, and this one too, I suppose. And the leagues, how I'm doing the league, I am second in the league. So.
No, just like Arsenal. Eventually.
So, all right, let's go ahead and look back at some of your guys' comments, and then we're gonna
always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Well, Arsenal's first right now. The last season.
They're favorites to actually win all trophies. Let's see.
As for Scottish Prem, most of the Rangers and Celtic players are English Championship standard. The rest
I think the hand movements are related to the breast reference.
Okay, Matt, is this true?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like low-end Premier League at best.
Like Brentford.
Yeah.
No, I think Brentford would win the Scottish Premier League.
Mitch.
Sunderland.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Yeah, maybe some. Yes, probably.
Okay, guys.
On paper, Sunderland.
Would Wolves win the Scottish Premier League, Scottish Premiership?
Yeah, Wolves. Yeah. So.
I think part of the problem with Wolves is that they're badly mismanaged.
Yeah.
I think at least before this season, I would have said yes, they would win that league.
Yeah, Mitchell getting top 8, bro. Mitchell get top 8. That'll be crazy. Forward mob is fraudulent. Low. Hey, what's wrong with foot mob? Anyways, Basel survive. Streets wanted. No, I don't want Basel. I still don't like Basel for what that crap house they did in the conference a few years ago. So.
I think Midtjylland are going to get 3rd place. Who'd have thought that would be possible?
Probably Genk, I guess. Oh, did you see Unai Emery push Tielemans? What?
No, I didn't know about this.
I trust Google ratings over anything else. I don't think Google has ratings. No, low. That was the other way around. Classless action by Emery. Her Conte might be heading
to be fair to Albert, FOTMOP rated Gareth Bale, I think, an 8.5 against the USA in the World Cup.
To be honest, I don't really care about the ratings that much. I just care about the stats, like like the one shot on target and that stuff like that. I don't even care about the ratings that much.
Okay.
Her Conte might be heading to Fenerbahce. Ooh, that'd be a good steal for them. Amazed Stuttgart are not top 8, and Forest form is rather shoddy, but injuries and managers have wrecked them.
Yeah, that's true. They do, especially in given they've had 3 different managers. Albeit Nuno Espirito Santos didn't manage in any of the Europa League games.
I'm not actually. Let me look at Stuttgart. I mean, are we surprised they're not in the top 8? Let me look at the fixtures. Let me look at the loss they had in the Europa League. So they lost to
Roma.
They lost to.
Is it a way to filter?
They lost to Basel.
Yeah, that Basel loss was bad.
And Fenerbahce.
Yeah, those are two.
And
bad.
Then Roma.
Well, Roma's not shameful, but especially Basel.
Stuttgart were actually in the. I think they were either top 8 or just outside of top 8 before all these games, and they are still only 2 points behind. So they're not far away.
5 draws is crazy. Yeah. Leo got rid of a number of good players. Rangers a shock if you ask me back and predict in May. Oh yeah, that's kind of surprising. Rangers eliminated. I don't think many of us would have expected that. Yeah. Let's actually look at the teams. Which team surprised you eliminate? For me, Rangers is definitely the most, and then Nice. Those are 2 I'm most surprised with. And the other teams not really.
I'm not surprised Rangers have been eliminated, but I didn't think they'd go out this badly.
No, but we have to look from the beginning. Not obviously midway through, it's easy to say now, but at the very beginning, do you think Rangers would get eliminated, not make the top 24? I certainly do.
I think they would have been somewhere between. I think they could have. I wouldn't have been surprised if they'd gone out by a few points.
All right, so 10. Are you surprised that Rangers didn't even make the knockouts from the beginning? From
I'm
the beginning.
surprised they're already gone.
Yeah, I didn't
Basically.
expect. Yeah. What about Nice, guys? Are you surprised with Nice or not really?
Yeah, no, I know the history in Europe now. Until I guess today, but
Yeah.
too little, too late.
Yeah, actually, too.
Do you
Yeah.
know, I've just thought of the perfect manager for Nice.
Real
Antonio Conte.
Guys, look at this. Nice
Oh.
also did. Nice did this last season too.
Yeah, exactly. And they
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
They actually did
one.
better this season. They did better this season at least.
They won the game.
That's
Where did
improvement.
Rangers finish?
They
Rangers
finished
top
8th.
8.
So so that's. Wait, I see them in 31st.
No,
Oh
like
wait.
this is last season. Last season.
Okay. Okay, this is a bit surprising.
Yeah.
Damn,
Although I
last season actually
still
had so many
think
friends.
they would have been low-end playoffs this season.
Yeah. Zagarvo, David, and Chevalier. You won't get an England international playing squad like Gaza did for Rangers anymore. Budland comes closer, but he was never England number 1.
I remember Butland.
He had a shout before the 2018 World Cup,
So was
but
better.
Scottish football hasn't been the same since the 90s.
Until now.
Shout out to Nordicides like Mitchell and Bodo last season. George Godon. So are kind of inconsistent. Although Rangers struggled to the second in Scotland last season, but the appointment of Russell Martin was catastrophic. I had Rangers getting yeah, guys. We're gonna do this next stream. Next stream, we're gonna look back at my predictions I made for the league phase, and oh boy, it's gonna age badly. I can already tell. I'm not good with predictions, and I can already tell. I probably predicted Rangers to finish first. So
Damn.
no, I didn't predict that, but I was joking around. St. Marion won the Scottish League Cup versus Celtic last month. So, anyways, I think we're gonna wrap up here. So, guys, the next Europa League stream, man. Next week's gonna be interesting. So, what games are we looking forward to most next week?
I hope Porto people lose. That's what I'm looking forward to. I guess Porto Rangers as well.
Well, that's the game I'm going to be watching.
I guess the Steaua against Fenerbahce. Betis Feyenoord, you know.
Oh, Betis Feyenoord could be a good one. Yeah, that's probably the best game on paper.
Feyenoord need.
I think it's quite predictable though.
But Feyenoord need a win, and Betis also need a win to secure top 8 or top 24.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see the Galaza show, man. Like it's like all the. I think. I'm trying to think. What's the best game to watch? I think there's.
I'm trying to look at it. If I was a neutral, what game would I watch?
I would pick. To be fair, when you think about it, actually, Red Star against Celta, both of them have. Actually, no. Why would you watch Celta? I would say, to be honest, actually, I would say Betis Feyenoord. Betis need to win to get top 8. Feyenoord need to win to get top 24.
Yeah, that's probably the best one on paper.
And then maybe, let me see. And for some people, no cap, or whatever the slang is, who do young boys have?
Oh my jeez. Stuttgart.
Stuttgart against young boys. You never know. Maybe some people might be interested in that.
You're funny, son. Okay, actually, you know what? Actually,
I believe AD's goat artist is Michael Jackson.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Go Ahead Eagles versus. Okay, you know what? Go Ahead Eagles versus Braga might actually be it. That might actually be an interesting one.
I mean,
Braga, having beaten Nottingham Forest, there's not as much intense pressure to go and win that.
Yeah.
If they draw that, then
go ahead.
Yeah, there's that, and also if Braga draw, then the minimum Braga can finish is 9th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough to say, but or maybe this one actually. Which one? 94 is Ferencváros, maybe?
I'll still say
I mean,
Feyenoord.
I don't know,
Probably
man.
the best.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think, but like, yeah.
the thing with that game is I'm expecting Nottingham Forest to win, but at the same time, I also think Income get. I think that them getting to the top 8 is too much of a stretch. So, because they basically have to hope that Porto and Real Betis both lose and hope that the other teams above them don't win.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's wrap up. We already reached the 2 hour mark.
Let me shout out next week because I will be doing a live preview on an English view on Porto for Porto versus Rangers with a Rangers fan on. So that's
Is it Steve?
you shall find out. But that's the thing I want to shout out the most, which is also a Europa League related topic.
All right. Let's read some final comments and then we're going to head out, guys. I had Rangers getting 12. Stuttgart second. Okay, guys, I didn't predict Rangers first. Okay, guys, I was just making a joke of my predictions because normally my predictions are bad. So, I was just making a joke of my own predictions. But if I did predict Rangers first, I'm going to be very. I might have to end it all. But I don't think I did that. I think this one. We're the biggest favorite. Aston Villa is the best. Hello, Watkins. Thank you for joining. Low 10, Matt. That's diabolical.
We'll beat Villa on Sunday.
That deserves final door shot. They both do, Albert. All right, so final comment we got here from this person. Jado Betis 2370. Who wins Europa League right now? Your honest opinion.
My original before the season started, actually my final was all Italian. Roma, Bologna, Roma win. So for now, I'll stick with it.
I think I'm still sticking with Roma. I'm thinking Roma's still the team to beat.
I think Villa was my pick, or at least to have them in the final. But I'm gonna right now. I think
I don't mind if Porto win it. I would love to see it. Porto.
Ooh.
I think at the moment I'll give
Porto
it to.
Or
We've got to be better away from home though. I think, but the team I'm thinking right now, which is a bit of a wild shout and slightly wild because I think it's still I think the race is open, but the team I'm gonna suggest Real Betis.
Okay, Real Betis. So, okay, let's do the best team in each league real quick, then we'll wrap it up. So, England's obviously the best one is Aston Villa. They have the most chance.
Yes.
La Liga is obviously Real Betis, obviously.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Celta Vigo have no trophies.
Yeah. And then Serie A is definitely Roma.
Roma.
Is it?
Yeah. Come on, it's
Actually, they did get Marlon.
Before Orhand, I gave Bologna a better chance than Roma. Though that draw to Celtic really doesn't help Bologna.
Yeah, and then in the Liga, obviously it's
Lyon.
Yeah.
And then
Germany,
Bundesliga.
it's Stuttgart.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Wait, what's the other German team?
Freiburg.
Oh yeah, Freiburg. Yeah. I think Stuttgart have a better chance than Freiburg. So,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And
then for the non-top
none of them.
And then non-top 5 league, Porto, obviously.
Yeah, Porto.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would certainly put them ahead of Braga simply because I don't think Braga will go that far.
Yeah. All right, let's do some final comment. My favorite Bologna player is Xerxes. Rafa Benitez in disguise. True Pookie. They both do Albert. I want to see who say Panathinaikos.
Panathinaikos.
I also like Bologna sandwiches. All right. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next stream, which I think will be next Wednesday for the Champions League Matchday 8 stream. Oh, that's amazing. And check out the 2 channels, English Beyond Porto and Teneditum. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, guys, to like, subscribe. Peace out.
Newcastle will win the Champions League and Europa League next